Hey everybody, today we're going to start some more advanced versions of substitution problems with systems of equations. Yesterday we did some basic level ones, these are the more advanced ones, so let's get right to it. So right away you can tell these are different because neither one of these two equations has a variable by itself. Instead we're going to try to find a variable to isolate. In this case, all these pairs of equations, all these systems have a variable that has a coefficient of 1. And that is a lot easier if we use that as our target variable. So in this case, we have y here with a coefficient of 1, so that's going to be our target variable. So I'm going to rewrite that equation right over here. So we have 4x plus y equals 19. And I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. So that's going to cancel out. We're going to have y equals negative 4x plus 19. Okay, and now this looks just exactly like a problem we've been working on right yesterday. So this expression here, negative 4x plus 19, we're going to plug that in for y here. We're going to substitute that in right here. So let's rewrite this equation without any changes. 3x minus 7y equals 22. Now we're going to plug in this expression for y here. So it's going to be 3x minus 7 parentheses, negative 4x plus 19. Oops. Close parentheses, equals 22. And now we're simply going to solve for x. Okay, so let's distribute this negative 7 here. And don't forget that is a negative 7. There's a negative sign there. So we have 3x, and then negative 7 times negative 4 is positive 28. So plus 28x. And 7 times 19, I don't know what that is. Let's see. 7 times 20 would be 140. So I think it's 133, but let's just make sure, just to be safe. 7 times 19. Yep, is 133. So minus 133. And in case you're wondering how I knew it was 133, I don't know my 19's tables, but I know 7 times 20, right? So 7 times 2 is 14. At a 0 at the end of it, it's 140. So 7 times 19 would be 7 less than that. So 140 minus 7 is 133. Still a little way you can do that real quickly if you don't have access to a calculator. All right, let's combine these like terms. So 3x plus 28x will be 31x. So 31x minus 133 equals 22. And we're going to add 133 to both sides. So we're going to have 31x equals 155. And we're going to divide both sides by our coefficient, which is 31. And x will be equal to 5. Okay, so now we're going to plug our x value in up here to find y. So we're going to say y is equal to negative 4 parentheses 5. That's our x value. Plus 19. So negative 4 times 5 is negative 20 plus 19. And negative 20 plus 19 is negative 1. So it's 5 comma negative 1. And that's it. So it's just a little bit of added work compared to the exercises we did yesterday. Let's go ahead and continue on here. So number 3, we're going to get this x by itself. That's going to be our target variable because there's a coefficient of 1. I'll write that over here. So x minus 5y equals 6. We're going to add 5y to both sides. We're going to get x equals 5y plus 6. Now this is going to take the place of x here. So we're going to plug that in here. So, not this section, just this part here, I guess. So 8 parentheses 5y plus 6, close parentheses, plus 4y equals 4. So now we just distribute this 8, because we're going to solve for y. Okay, 8 times 5 is 40, so we have 40y. 8 times 6 is 48, so it's plus 48. And then plus 4y equals 4. Let's combine our like terms. So we have 40y plus 4y is 44y. Okay, plus 48 equals 4. Let's get rid of our constants. We're going to subtract 48 from both sides. That cancels out. We have 44y equals negative 44. Divide by our coefficient, which is 44. Okay, so y equals negative 1. All right, so now we're just going to plug this in up here. So we're going to say x equals 5 parentheses negative 1 plus 6 All right, we're going to have x equals 5 times negative 1 is negative 5 plus 6. X equals 1. So it'll be 1 common negative 1, because it's always our x followed by our y. And that's it. All right, let's try number 5. Okay. So we can actually choose either one of these. Now, just so you know, we can actually pick any of these variables, even the ones that have coefficients other than 1, and it's totally fine. It just creates, it's more work, typically. Not always, but usually more work. So that's why we're trying to find the path of least resistance here. Let's just go with x. We're gonna isolate x. Okay. So we're gonna do x plus y equals 6. X plus y equals 6. We're gonna subtract y from both sides. We're gonna get x equals negative y plus 6. So this is gonna take the place of x here. So it's gonna go right there. So we're gonna write negative 8 parentheses negative y plus 6 close parentheses plus 4y equals 0, and let's distribute that negative 8. So just pay attention to our signs here. Don't forget we have a negative 8, so we have to pay attention to our signs. So negative 8 times negative y would be positive 8y. Negative 8 times positive 6 would be negative 48, or minus 48, same thing. Bring down the 4y, bring down the 0. So now we're going to combine like terms. So we have 8y and 4y. That's going to give us 12y. So 12y minus 48 equals 0. And now we're going to add 48 to both sides. So 12y equals 48. And divide by our coefficient. And 48 divided by 12 is 4. So y equals 4. We're going to plug that in up here. So we're going to write x equals negative parentheses 4 plus 6. So negative times 4 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 6 is 2. So it's 2 comma 4. So this is interesting. So y equals negative 2 would be a horizontal line. So we already have our y value. So we don't have to worry about isolating a variable. We have y. Y is negative 2. So we're just going to plug that in right there. This one's actually the easiest one. Negative 5x plus 3, parentheses, and we're going to put negative 2 in for our y. Equals negative 16. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, so negative 5x minus 6 equals negative 16. So let's add 6 to both sides. Negative 5x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by our coefficient, which is negative 5. X will be equal to positive 2. So we have it. It's 2 comma negative 2. All right, so I hope that helps, guys. Let me know if any of these are still confusing to you, or if you need me to go over any of the even problems. I'm more than happy to do that. All right, thanks.